Yeah. Who's counting?
I'll count. 3, 2, 1. Hey YouTube, what's up? This is the droid you're looking for, but of course, had to start this video off with this shot. Don't tread on me. That's a new addition to my buddy's rifle there. Little dust cover action. Got the US flag, which I hope in 100 years from now means the same thing it means to us now. Gonna do a little review on an AR-15. And not just any AR-15, this is a top quality one. I'm going to give a little bit of history about it. This is from Palmetto State Armory. These guys are out of South Carolina, and they've got an interesting little history to them, actually. Interesting little history. Set this down, prop that up. Of course, let's see. This, no likey. We all know what that is in the gun community. Empty, empty, empty there. Alright, here we go. Alright, now Palmetto State Armory. My buddy built this gun piece by piece. He knew he wanted an AR-15, and he looked into some package deals, and there were some really good deals. And he was really close to pulling the trigger on him a few times, and then he realized, wow, I'm going to get a mil-spec regular rail. I'm going to get a grip I don't want, a stock that I'm going to get rid of right away. Maybe I want a top rail. I don't want the standard sights or A2 birdcage. The only way to get around that, and you can go and buy that package deal from Colt or many other gun factories, even Palmetto State Armory, but if you buy that gun and then replace everything, you're still going to end up spending the same amount of money that you spend building it piece for piece. And the upside to building it for piece is that you build this gun from the inside out, and you get to learn your gun. You get to learn what makes it work. And I think that there's something definitely to be said for that. Learning it from the inside out, learning through experience, there's nothing better than that. To get into Palmetto State Armory, I will say up front that I'm getting a lot of my information from perfectunion.com, Defending Liberty. They've got an interesting little company history on them. They start out by saying, if you're passionate about black rifles and their respective tactical accessories, chances are you've run into Palmetto State Armory, their extensive warehouse, or website, I'm sorry. But have you ever paused to consider how Palmetto State Armory came to be? And I'm going to gloss over a lot of this, but it turns out Palmetto's only been around a few years, less than a decade now, and they have really just blown up the market big time. They started out with just kind of cornering the market on .223 and .556 ammunition. They sold it in bulk. They figured that was where things were going to be going here in the near future. You try and get a box of 338 Lapua, and you're paying, gosh, I don't know what it is now, but $3, $4, $5 a round. Now I know it is a specialized round, but even 7.62 51, 308, all those are well over $1 a round. And I know ever since, as Nutnfancy likes to call it, Fire Armageddon. Ever since that's kicked in, AR-15 rounds, .223 and .556 have gone up quite a bit, actually, 100%. If you're lucky if you can get online and buy in bulk and get them at 60 cents a round. But having said that, it's still a value. So I mean, you get what you get. You don't throw a fit. That's what I was told when I was younger. Anyhow, a little bit more about Palmetto State Armory. If you look here, flip the gun over. This is their logo there. I don't know if you can see that real good. It is a couple cannonballs. It says Palmetto across the middle and State Armory with cannonballs in the background. Also on it, which I haven't been able to find yet, but it's on there. I have a limited area here to film. Is a little bit of Latin. And what that Latin says is Desperta Ferro. Now what that means is awake the iron. And that goes back pretty far back to Catalonian soldiers back in the Middle Ages, where they had the iron blades, and overnight they would rust pathetically overnight, and before battle the next day they would get out their swords and they would bang their swords on the rocks. And there was a large amount of psychological warfare going on there. So to me, to bang the rust off, get the blades ready for war, to me that is the essence of a cool logo. When you drop a little Latin in there and it has some serious historical meaning on it. I just think that's great. Palmetto has a 40,000 square foot warehouse now, and they sell everything. They sell EOTechs. You can buy all of this stuff separately. You can buy it in package deals. They sell Magpul, obviously. Everything's mil spec. My understanding is that these lowers are made by FN, and they are all magnetically treated. Everything, all are magnetically tested. Everything is done top notch. And having shot this gun and having put probably 1,000 rounds through it, I can guarantee you this is top of the line. This is the good stuff right here. I would say if you were looking at a scale of 1 to 5, 5 being the top end, most expensive, money is no object, and 1 being, I don't know what 1 would be. I don't want to insult anybody, but, maybe a $400 plastic AR-15 or something like that. This would definitely be, considering price and everything, I would say really close to the 3. So right around in the mid. You're getting quality of the top quality that you can get right now before a bang-up price. Very, very nice. They sell many other things there. I mean, you go in there and get an EOTech for it. That's another cool thing about them. You can go in there and drop, $500 to $1,000 on some glass, and after having just spent a couple grand worth of AR-15 parting it out, maybe all you can do is afford an NC Star, which is what I plucked on this thing for this review. Now, it is not by any means as accurate or as reliable as an EOTech or an Aimpoint. But you know what? Sometimes, in going with the theme of my channel, Nutnfancy on the cheap, sometimes you go with what you go with. Maybe sometime soon you win the lottery, you go, I don't know, play good blackjack, whatever it is you do, I don't know, that it increases your income. Maybe you can go over, get an Aimpoint or EOTech, something like that. But the great thing about Palmetto State Armory is they have all that. They have a little bit of everything for everybody. This particular gun that my buddy built, he did build it from scratch. It's a 14.7 inch standard profile barrel, so it's not the pencil barrel or any of that garbage. It's just a standard barrel, which if I was doing it, that's how I do it. It's got a 1-in-7 twist. It's the cold hammer forged, chrome lined, and it's got a mid-length gas system, and the Magpul MOE mid-length handguard to go along with it. You see it under there. See that? Gas guns are alive and well, darn it. Standard A2 birdcage, mid-length gas system, standard A2 front sights, as you saw earlier, for the lovely state of California, which even this apparently is not good enough for them nowadays. You get your bullet button, your let's take all the fun out of it button. It's got a standard trigger in there, which I don't know that he's thinking about swapping that out, but I know he's a trigger guy. He's built a $1,000 Ruger 1022 that is just a tack driver, just adding little bits here and there, and he just put a new trigger in that thing, and it is just a joy to shoot, seriously. It's got a standard charging handle. Nothing fancy on the release there, just your standard. The bolt and everything on that is just very, very, very nice. It does have, let's see if I can get in there and show it to you. flashlight. It does have M4 feed ramps. You see that in there. Basically, this thing is go to war, ready to go to war. Not select fire, but I'll tell you what, who knows where the wars are, huh? Unfortunately, this is another aspect. This PMAG here has to be pinned at 10 rounds instead of the standard 30. Alright, good stuff. Now, as far as the rest of this goes, Magpul was his choice for everything. I've always dug the CTR. I don't know if you can see, I'll pan over a little bit. It's the CTR mil-spec, standard, beautiful setup. Mil-spec tube, extension tube. Let's see what else. He chose the foliage green, which in the pictures we weren't really too sure of, but everybody else was doing the flat dark earth and black, and everybody's got black. So he kind of wanted to go with different. He kind of did it on a whim, and he was really happy with the way this foliage green came out. And apparently it's getting harder to come by. So he might have even stumbled on something that might not be around in a few years. Heck, none of these guns might be around in a few years, so you never know. But he's got the MOE vertical foregrip, and I'm talking him into swapping that out for an angled AFG angled foregrip. That would look pretty sweet on this gun, if they do it in the flat dark or the foliage green. So that's this gun. This is his baby here that he's set up. Breakdown on it's really easy. Also, you've got quick release holes there for your shoulder sling, which is nice. You got them there, and then they sell the ones up front. This one's just a latching mechanism. Another cool thing, this has got a rubber coating on it, so you don't have a rubber coating on it. That coupled with this mesh that covers up keeps the noise down. If you're banging around, no one's going to hear it. So that's awesome. And like I said, standard charging handle. Very cool. Do a quick breakdown of this gun. Show you how easy it is, just like any other. And these things are just awesome. That's it. Break that puppy down. You see the inside, you see the bolt. I'll get that out for you. That's the bolt you're getting with it. It's some sort of carbonized coating that's on it. I'm not quite sure about that. I didn't get that information from him. This is hard to do because I'm actually left-handed or right-handed. Trying to do this with my left, but I can do it. Get it off the screen here for a second. There we go. And same thing with the front. These things really are easy to separate, top and bottom, for field stripping. A lot easier when you do, I just learned something, back, front to back. There we go, pop that out. There we go. That way you can get your upper and lower trigger groups in there. All that. Dreaded bullet button, which I'm hearing they are finding ways around that. But who knows nowadays. CTR stocks are just beautiful. They're just so nicely set up. Standard tube, mil-spec tube. Everything very, very nice. It's just a lovely gun. I mean, it's just, I don't know, if you're anything like me, these things are works of art. They should be treated that way. Anyway, I'm going to roll in some shooting of this gun. Like I said, we put a couple thousand rounds through it. You know, NC Star is not the way we're going with this one. But just to give you an idea what that looks like. we can do it without the glare. I'll turn the camera light off, maybe. Oh yes, that is just not going to work. Get that in there. Nope. Pardon me. Okay, well, no worries. It's a decent little scope. You get this for about $45. Then, if you like it, you upgrade to the $500-600 EOTechs, right? Isn't that how it works? Anyway, the gun is awesome. I would highly recommend Palmetto State to anybody that wanted to get a high-end, you know, mid-range. I guess I should say mid-range, but top quality. Top quality all the way around. That is definitely the way to go. And that is Palmetto State Armory out of South Carolina. Make sure we get that on there. Get some focus, baby. Focus. Okay. Alright, Palmetto State Armory, AR-15, take 2. Peace out.